So the Congressional Black Caucus declined to meet with Donald Trump. And it was a request, a letter from Omarosa Manigault.
From The Apprentice?
From The Apprentice. She wrote the letter on behalf of, because you know, if it's the urban development, it has to have somebody black, right? And if it's the Congressional Black Caucus, then surely the black reporter April Ryan knows how to get up with the CBC. And if it's going to be an invitation to the White House to the CBC, then he should get his black Omarosa to do it for him.
Yeah, don't worry. His lawyer, that terrible lawyer he had, was some stereotypical Jew, and you know, Minucci, like the money guy has to be a Jew, and yeah, it's a very simple brain this guy's got. I mean, just you know, whatever your group is, you can point to you know, they're
going to be in some stereotypical roles in Trump.
It's like casting a sitcom in 1973.
So Omarosa. She sent the letter on behalf of the White House to invite the CBC, the Congressional Black Caucus. And before I go into the rejection, because the rejection was beautiful in and of itself, but Omarosa signed her letter to the CBC as the Honorable Omarosa Manigault. And
is she an ambassador?
No, she's not an ambassador.
She's
not, and so she's not. This came from Emily's Post etiquette, right? So who gets the title of honorable? It's the president, the vice president, senators, congressmen, cabinet members, all federal judges, ministers, ambassadors, and governors. They're the ones who get the title of honorable, not special assistant to the president.
Yeah, I would have guessed that.
like
I wouldn't have got the whole list, but I would not have put special assistant from a reality TV show 100 years ago.
So
I would not have guessed that.
But here's the thing: like most of us, most human beings, when they get to something like that, they take a pause and say, "Is this the right? Is this proper?" Like, am I the honorable? Should I write this? And then once we ask that question, if you have to ask the question, the answer is probably no. But then too, if you ask the question and you actually go search and you would discover, no, you're not qualified. So the normal human being would go search and realize, okay, you're not qualified to be referred to as the honorable.
Well, she just says, I'm an honorable person. I'm very judgy, so I'm going to be Judge Matt from here on out, right? Like this maybe is the logic that she just thinks it's something.
Yeah.
But is she a crazy person? I don't want to throw around the word crazy, but is she a person who is not...
Listen, I'm getting kind of... as much as I try not to use ableist language, some of the shit we see is just so insane, it's hard not to.
Right.
But this was a take from the Washington Post that I think was brilliant. The problem with it is not only that she's not qualified to be referred to as honorable. The other problem is that's a title that's spoken from someone to someone.
Yeah, you don't call yourself.
This is not something you sign. The Washington Post said this is not what you sign a greeting card with. The Honorable Benjamin Dixon. Yeah. Like, welcome to the Honorable Benjamin Dixon Show. It has to be somebody else on the outside saying, now introducing the Honorable Benjamin Dixon, who, you know, is ambassador to Wakanda.
Well, this is again though just this administration does such a wonderful job of deconstructing things.
Everything,
right? Like if and to a certain extent, sort of the kind of like critical theory professor part of me is like, this is great.
Yeah.
Right. Like because you just like these are just words. Right, they don't mean anything, right? And the way that they're used in this administration, it's just like they don't mean anything,
right?
So it's like policemen are just guys who wear clothes.
It is great from a political analysis, like a political scientist taking a step back and seeing. Yeah,
I mean, she's this is deconstruction. This is showing the seams. This is making you think. Like, wait a minute. Why do we call ambassadors honorable?
Yeah,
right. They're not also.
But
honorable.
most of us have that process, and we
live in
deconstruct.
Society.
We deconstruct things all the time, and
you don't need to ruin the world to do it.
Exactly,
right? Yeah,
exactly.
I
You already knew where I was going. So the CBC saw this letter and they were like, "What? The Honorable who?" But they decided not to go, not because she referred to herself as the Honorable, but because they sent communications and they met with President Trump previously, and they gave them a 130-page document saying all the issues that they're dealing with. Here's the data, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And inside of the book were action points that you know, you would only know if you read it, right? And so none of the action points had been had taken place in like the 4 months that they met with Trump.
Right.
And so they're like, you got our book, and you obviously didn't even read it because you didn't do anything in the action. So they're like, so what's the point of meeting with you at this point? And not only that, you're doing a lot of negative shit to hurt the American community. So they just said, we're going to decline this meeting.
Seems like the right move. I mean, what could they have accomplished by having that meeting?
Nothing.
Could have asked her why she called herself honorable. But no, I can't. I mean, I don't know enough about their work, but I have very little faith that meeting goes anywhere.
Yeah, it wouldn't. It would end up being
quotes.
It would be another photo op for Donald Trump, seeing like, you know, I'm the blacks love me, you know.
Look at my black or whatever he said.
What? My African American over there.
America. Oh my God.
Yeah. It's. I have to laugh to not cuss more. Like, doing the best I can, audience.